Hello, everyone. This is Carly from Family Tree Notebooks. Happy May. I would normally say good morning, genealogy friends, only it's not morning. It is the middle of the night. And I'm hoping you can hear me okay. I'm talking quietly because I'm getting over being ill and because everybody in my house is asleep. We don't need to get into it, but let's just say the last couple of weeks have been a little unexpected. And influenza A came with a vengeance and wiped my family out, and I have not had any time to myself, where I've been able to work or talk to you or do anything except between the hours of midnight and 4 a.m. So I apologize. This is a pre-recorded video, and that I'm being quiet and that it's dark in here. Please forgive me. Just be happy that I'm feeling better because I had exciting stuff that I wanted to share with you, and I was really worried that I wasn't even going to meet my own deadline. To be fair, I kind of didn't because I thought I was going to announce this on the 1st, and what are we? The 2nd, 3rd? I don't even know. I know we're a couple days past that. I have 3 things to tell you. The first is that I have this whole format in mind for doing weekly videos, kind of like a little show, so that I cover a few different things in the same video. I'm going to pre-record them. They're going to be organized, and it's going to give me a chance to check in and to teach things a little more in depth once a week. This has been my plan for months. The first one was supposed to come out this week. You're getting this instead because it didn't happen. I was just so sick. But just know that in my head, there's like a catchy intro and there's a lot of me showing examples and sharing news and things for us all to look forward to. Piece of news number 2. One of the nice things about being too sick to do anything is that I had the chance to go over my website and write down everything that I wanted to update. I don't have any kind of team. I don't have a coding team. Those of you might remember, I do have an employee, but she's still not working for me for various personal reasons. She's got a lot of stuff going on, and then I have a lot of stuff going on. We seem to take turns just having too much going on to start that. But through all of that, I've never had a coding person. So the website stuff I always have to do myself. And that means when there's updates that need to happen, sometimes I'm a little slow with it. But I went through, I changed some things, and I did a great big update that I knew was coming. I just didn't want to tell you guys because I hate promising things and then making you wait forever for them. I finally reorganized the big list of genealogy pages. It had just turned into a monster because I've made so many pages. And it got to the point where not only were people constantly telling me that they couldn't find anything, people would ask me if certain pages existed. I've lost track. You guys, that's how many pages I've made where I think, well, that's a really good idea. I'm sure I must have that page, or don't I have something that's like that? And then I can't remember what it's called. And it makes me feel so dumb when my answer to, do you have this page is, I have no idea. So if you go to the big list of genealogy pages on the website, I hope that you enjoy what I've done with it. I've divided the pages into sections. All of the pages are still listed on the same, it's all still one big list, but because it's divided into sections, now you can look at like all of the medical pages at once, or all of the pages that are related to religion, or all of the census pages. So if you have an idea of what you're looking for, you don't have to go through all this giant alphabetical list and try to figure out what it is that I would have called that page, because that was kind of how you found things before. There's also a list on the top of all of the different sections, and you can just click on that and it'll just pop you right down to that part of the page. So hopefully that will lead to less scrolling. People can just find things faster. A little caveat, I have not updated. I was doing the coding and I was working on it behind the scenes for so long that I haven't updated the list with like the last 6 pages. Part of that's because I was doing the coding, and part of that is because I have, no joke, 24 new pages just sitting on my computer waiting to be published. The only reason that I haven't published them is because I've just been sick and I've been working on this other coding stuff. So if you get to the list and you're thinking, well, wait, I know you have this page. For example, the 1950 census page, it's not on there. The census pages are not on this big genealogy list. They're on the website. I just haven't added them to the big list. And because of that, I also haven't updated the printable checklist that's linked at the top, the one that you can print off so that you can, mark off what you've got and what you don't have. I will update all of that soon and let you know. Also, those of you who have access to the Plum pages, I'm going to do the same thing to the Plum pages and reorganize them. I just decided to tackle this big list first so that the two would match. But I'll get to that soon. I have had some questions for people asking about the Plum pages. The Plum pages it's every page I've ever made in this plum color, which is like a dark purple. The people that have access are either people who have taken a live course from me or they bought access during my Black Friday sale this past year. Those are the only people that have access to those pages. I will probably open up access again, either for people to buy it directly or because I'll do another live class. But right now I don't have any of that on the radar. I'm not teaching any more live classes this year. And yes, it is a great deal to buy access to that page or to that folder because you get all of the pages as I create them. The only downside is that sometimes you have to nudge me a little bit to remind me to put the new Plum pages in there, but I'm going to get better about that. Okay, so first two pieces of news. One, I'm going to be doing this video show format thing that I have in mind, and it's going to look a lot more polished than this. Two, I've redone the website a little bit, with the biggest change being to the big list of genealogy pages. It's so pretty. I really hope you guys go and check it out because I'm really proud of myself. Number three, big piece of news. This is a big, big, big piece of news. Big enough that I had this whole campaign thing in mind that I was going to do teasers and a whole bunch of little videos, and I was going to, walk you guys towards, something's exciting. And you guys, I'm like out of time because I wanted this all to lead up to not only me telling you I have this new thing, but also being able to say, yes, I have a Mother's Day special because, sorry, for the last 2 years, I've done Mother's Day specials. 2 years ago, I did this bundle of Mother's Day pages. And then last year I did color packs at a discounted rate. Right? That was last year, wasn't it? Yes. And people had asked, I don't do coupons. I basically just don't do coupons. I was going to say I don't do them very often at all. I pretty much just don't do coupons. I think I did them forever ago because I feel like my stuff is very fairly priced and I'm comfortable just having the special events that I do be the release of new products instead of discounting things. The only exception to that is my Black Friday sale, because in our family, Black Friday is pretty much a national holiday. And if things aren't just insanely discounted, then where's the fun in that? So for Mother's Day, I am not discounting anything that's already in the store. I hope that that's not too disappointing, but all of the bundles, there's not going to be any color combinations this year that, buy 3, get 1 free, anything like that. We're not doing that this year. What I am doing, sorry, I'm excited about what I'm doing. I'm just sad that I was so sick because I have so much that I want to share with you about this. I don't know how many of you will even remember, but a while back I put together this kids book for kids who are interested in genealogy, and it was an introduction, and nobody ever saw it. Sorry, I'm talking about it like some of you have bought it. I told you guys I had written this kids book and that it had activities and pages and different things, and I was really proud of it. And I thought it was going to come out for Christmas, and it didn't. There were 2 reasons. One is that I was trying to get somebody else to publish it. That's a whole other thing. The other reason is that as I put it together, I thought I'm going to have to do a lot of videos with this one because as a mom who I love educational stuff. I had a very short stint as a teacher a million years ago, and I've got 3 kids, and I've dabbled in the world of homeschooling and all of that. I love that kind of stuff. I also recognize that I like to be spoon-fed activities, especially when it's not my area of expertise. I don't know a ton about botany. I don't want to turn around and learn a ton about botany if I want my kids to learn about flowers and gardening. That's exhausting. By the time I've finished teaching myself about botany, I have nothing left to give the kids. What I want is a package. I want worksheets. I want really clear directions of instruction of what I'm supposed to tell them, and, exactly like what are the step-by-step activities. I want to have the experience of being able to learn with them and guide them through a lesson without having to be the expert. Anything that you put into a book, you sort of put the pressure on the adult participant to do all the learning before they can turn around and explain things to kids. It's just easier when there's videos. So, sorry, that was my really long-winded way of saying I held off on releasing the book because I wanted a course to go with it. And I'm releasing that course in June because I thought it would be perfect. It's like a summer school thing. Those of you who've taken my other courses, it follows the same format. There's 10 lessons, but each lesson has 3 videos. And the way this one's set up, the first video is, there's a different topic for each lesson, and then there's 3 videos. And the first one is about my family, and the second one is about me, and the third one is next steps. So the way it's set up is that going through this 10-lesson course, kids will not only learn about genealogy, they're going to actually be putting together a little genealogy book about their family. They're also going to be putting together a little book about themselves, a little autobiographical, like let's get into the habit of recording things about my life so that I have them later for posterity. And you can do those 2 things together, or you could do all of the first videos in the 10 lessons and make just the family tree book, and then turn around and make just the autobiography. It's totally up to you. So I thought that way you could have a lot to do with each lesson, or you could just split it up and basically get 2 courses for the price of 1. You also might have kids that are more interested in researching their family tree and putting that together to share with their family, or you might have more kids who are more interested in putting together a book about themselves that reflects their story and what they like and things that have happened to them and things like that. The third video is, I'm calling it Next Steps. It's because I wanted to cover a range of, like an age range, basically, of appropriate ages. So my kids right now are 5, 8, and 11. The way that the lessons are set up, I could do them with my 5-year-old. My 8-year-old could do the first and second videos by himself if I wasn't helping him, or with very minimal help from me. And then he could learn stuff from the third video, but the third video is really more appropriate for the 11-year-old because it's whatever the lesson's on. It's just diving a little further. It's, okay, now the next, what's something else you can do? Well, now why don't you think about doing this, or maybe add this, or have you checked this thing? To give just more meat and more substance for kids who are really interested and who want to keep learning. The course there's 100 pages that it comes with. The pages are not pages, they're not like Family Tree Notebooks pages that are currently in the store. They're compatible with them, but they're not. These are pages that I did create just for the kids course. And it's enough pages for the kids to be able to make their books without having to buy anything else from the store. Obviously, if you had a kid who just really wanted to get into it, then they could use Family Tree Notebooks pages and keep adding things to either their own book or the book that they were making about their family, but they don't have to. It's not like an introduction to the entire line of Family Tree Notebooks. The kids course pages are standalone. You got the course, the pages come with it. The course it's through Teachable, and it is all, when I say 100 pages comes with it, they're digital, so you will probably need to print them off. if you have a kid who's comfortable with computers, or you're comfortable using computers or using a tablet with your kid, it's just like family tree notebooks. Like if you have a way to add photos and text digitally, then you can do that. My kids actually, I mean, not, it's going to make me sound like a terrible mother. My kids all have iPads. Part of that is because I tend to burn through iPads in my work so that they stop being reliable enough for me to use them for work, but then we're able to just give them to the kids. The other reason is that because of the way the world is now, the kids' schools consistently assume that they have iPads. And so they have these apps and things that the kids need to be able to use at home. So anyway, so my kids are comfortable using iPads and are comfortable doing things digitally, but I actually like printing stuff out for activities like this and letting them do that. So just know that if you wanted to do this with your kids, or if you've got grandkids, or if you were thinking about gifting this to somebody so that they had something to do this summer, you might want to take into account the fact that they would need to have, a color printer to really get the most out of these activities. There's also the book. So it's a digital book that comes with it, but the book goes along with the course, and I decided to just go ahead and throw it in. At some point, I'll probably just have the book by itself, but the book goes so beautifully with the course that right now I'm like having a really hard time. I just feel like people are going to buy the book and then they're going to want to take the course and they're going to be annoyed and they're going to want their money back for the book, because that's kind of what happened with the other book I wrote. So right now you can't buy the book on its own. You're only going to be able to get it if you get it through this course. Okay, so let's talk about pricing. I'm not doing a live. I thought about it, and I'm not doing a live because, especially with kid stuff, I want to do the videos. The videos are, it's not like the videos are designed for the parents to watch me and then turn around and teach. The videos are me, talking to the kids. It's in my head, somebody's watching the video with their kid. You could definitely just stick a kid in front of a computer and have them watch the videos, and then they could do it on their own. But, sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. Oh, but I didn't think that the live component was going to add anything for this one, because I don't feel like parents are going to need that much support from me, or that much. Like the live classes are so great because we build community and people share stories and they share questions and stuff. This is kind of a different thing. Also, the thought of trying to schedule anything live when I've got all three of my kids home all summer, I was just asking for trouble. So there's no live option. So the course, it's 10 lessons, which is 30 videos, plus the 100 pages, plus the book, and it's priced at the same as the other self-paced courses. So it's $200, which I've got my kids in a Dungeons and Dragons camp that lasts a week this summer, and a karate camp that lasts a week this summer. And I can tell you that both of those, for 1 week, half day, which is really not that many hours, and if I think about it, it makes me want to pull my hair out, were both much more than $200. So I think it's a good deal. But this is what I'm doing for Mother's Day. So I'm going to open the course up on Friday for people who want to enroll. Now, the course won't be available until June, but you're going to be able to enroll as of this Friday, and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, which is Mother's Day weekend. You're going to be able to enroll for $100. And then on Monday, I'm going to raise the price to $200, and that's where it's going to be from now on. So that's my Mother's Day special, going along in the tradition of, you can't get a discount and stuff that I sell all the time, but I do have something special for you. And this time it's a new course. And $100 it's one of those things where I feel like that's really pricing this course too low. At the same time, I, having just paid for the karate camps and the other summer camp, Everything's so expensive with kids. So I hope that somebody out there is going to be really excited about getting $100 off this, this course. And it's on Teachable, and you'll have access to it for at least a year. So if for some reason you wanted to get it, but you didn't know if you were going to have time to do it this summer, you could just hang on to it. It's not going to vanish. It's just that I'm releasing it then, and it's kind of designed with this idea that it's a good filler summer activity. And I do have, I'm not going to talk about the bonuses because they're sort of a surprise for people who actually enroll, but there are like some little extra things that I'm going to be adding in. And I'm hoping that there are people who can actually sort of turn this into a summer of family history for their family and do some spin-off activities and, you know, have a couple field trips and just get kids into this because it's such a fun hobby. It's such a fun way to spend time together and encourage connection between family members. But also there's so much research about how kids who know more about their family history, it really helps them just feel grounded and feel resilient. And, you know, it seems to help their self-esteem and all sorts of stuff. And how many of us say, I just wish I had gotten into this earlier. I just wish I had gotten into this sooner when I still, you know, had access to the people who could answer these questions and when they still remembered everything. And I'm hoping that we can do that for the kids in our lives. So anyway, that's the Mother's Day special. This is I'm sorry that this video is so informal, but that's the charm in me. So let's all just be happy that we've now had, 2022 has brought my family COVID and it's brought us influenza. So there's pretty much nothing left for us to catch. Hopefully we can just move forward with our regularly scheduled programming. Anyway, I will be releasing a little bit of information about the kids course tomorrow, Thursday, and then on Friday, I will open the course up for enrollment at the special price, and I will send an email out to my email list to let you know that it's open. I'm not capping it. I have no set number right now because it's self-paced, so there's no reason to cap it. But we have, I don't know if those of you who did this like a year and a half ago, there was a time where Teachable, the system, will actually stop and like keep people from enrolling because if too many people enroll at once, it kind of jams the system. If you have any trouble with that, then just email me. I'm thinking that we won't have that issue, but we've been there before. Anyway, all right, that was it for me. It was nice to talk to you guys, and I will see you soon.